get the ball rolling. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being here in another expert session with an incredible expert today. So get ready. My name is Vanessa, and I am the founder of Latino World Travelers, and I'm ready to inspire you so you can continue discovering new destinations and inspire the next generation of travelers. But before we get there, who are we going to have today? The incredible Shir Ibgui. Is that how you pronounce it? I hope I said it right.
Yeah. Shir
um,
Ibgui, you were great.
and we are going to learn today about how to turn travel content into real revenue. And she's here with us to share all of the deeds. So I can't wait. Thank you so much for being here. And the floor is yours.
Awesome. All right, guys. So thank you so much for having me. And Julissa, no worries. I totally understand your pains. So thank you for attending anyways. I am going to share my screen and I'm going to walk through a presentation and then I'm gonna demo everything kind of live on the call. But I really prefer this be an open conversation. So feel free to cut me off, ask questions like while I'm in the in the groove. I think it's better to have a conversation rather than like a monologue. So happy to answer any questions as they come up. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and share it. I just want to make sure you guys can see my screen. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so today we're going to talk about turning travel content into real revenue. So before we dive into the actual product and what we've built, the biggest shift that we've been seeing in travel is not where people book, but it's actually how they decide to book. And actually, what we've seen over the past like 10, 15 years, millennial and Gen Z travelers actually 80% of them actually get inspired to book travel from social media. And so we're seeing that, especially as the younger generation's disposable income increases, that the larger portion of travel demand is being inspired online. And when you think about, oh, okay, well, what happens when someone sees travel content online? They see the inspiration, whether that's on Instagram or TikTok or Pinterest or your blog or a YouTube channel, now sometimes ChatGPT as well. But people are getting inspired a lot on social media. And what happens is someone sees that inspiration and then they'll usually save it and then it'll go into a saved album and then they'll either forget about it or they'll have to go back and go sift through all their saved reels and posts when they're planning their trip. But that all happens during the planning process. So planning is extremely fragmented because people are saving things on Instagram, saving things on TikTok, putting things in their notes app, having a spreadsheet, a Word document. I mean, the tools are endless and it's very fragmented. And then the booking happens on another platform, whether it's the hotel's website, whether it's booking.com or Expedia or Airbnb or wherever people are actually booking. And so, as you can see, this whole travel funnel is extremely broken. There's no system connecting the journey in one flow. And that really affects the people who are creating the content and building the inspiration to begin with. So creators are driving all this demand, but they're not capturing any of the value. How can you how can you capture the value if the inspiration's happening on one platform, the planning's happening on three other platforms, the booking's happening on 10 other platforms? The flow is just too broken and creators are not capturing the demand. And the reason is because travel is not a transaction, it's actually a decision process. So usually travel happens in, 5 to 15 sessions. It's a 3 to 6 week planning cycle. It's multi-device. You'll be on your phone, then you'll go on your computer, and then you go back on your phone. It's group driven most of the time. You're traveling with other people. You have to coordinate schedules, see who's going where, what they're doing. So actually planning is where decisions are made. And so if you're not capturing the planning process, you're not really capturing where the decision is being made. And so when you think about why are creators able to make money recommending products, why are they not able to make money with travel content? It's because social commerce was built for retail. It was built for selling physical products. It wasn't built for selling travel, for selling recommendations and hotels and restaurants. So there's a lot of successful platforms out there that have empowered creators to grow their business and make money with their recommendations, but they were all geared towards selling physical products or like their own services, but not related to experiences or travel at all. And so that's exactly what we're solving at Globe Drivers. So before I continue into what we're building, any questions or comments about the industry landscape and kind of what I've explained so far or thoughts? Okay. So what we're building at Globe Thrivers is we're actually turning your content into bookable trips. And this happens in a variety of different ways. So I'll just show it to you guys from your perspective as creators. So as a creator, you can import your content, whether that's a full list on your Google Doc or on your Notes app, or importing your reels from TikTok or Instagram. You import that over. We use AI to organize all that inspo into lists and trips for you. Your followers can then plan from that. They could copy your trips, they could copy your lists, they could book their trips, and then you will earn. So, what we've really done is we've allowed you to kind of take the existing content that you're already creating for social platforms, import that into the platform, and then we help you build actual bookable trips and lists from that so that your followers can then build their own trips. And we track attribution end to end. So, whether that's like you sharing your trip online and then a follower comes in and they start saving or planning their own trip from your content, even if they book it in 2, 3, 4 months from now, we're still tracking all that attribution. We can see, the entire flow of time of that entire trip planning process. And that's really the step by step of how it works for you as a creator. So AI does a lot of the heavy lifting. We auto extract places from your content. We build itineraries instantly. We organize everything into your storefront and keeps your content working for you over time. So your content essentially becomes like a living bookable trip because when you think about it, you work so hard on planning a trip and then you post maybe 1, 2, 3 reels or posts about that trip. And then what happens after that, right? Like that trip doesn't really live anywhere. The itinerary doesn't live anywhere. Many of our creators tell us that they get hundreds of DMs of people asking for their recommendations or for the itinerary or for whatever they did on that trip, but then you don't really know how to send it to them unless you're just copying and pasting the same thing every single time. And so if you do import your content into our platform, that itinerary, that list lives on your storefront and you can link that to your bio or link it on your stories and link it on your blog and your followers and your readers can access it whenever they want and they can constantly view it and save from it and visit it. You can always like repurpose it. So it really like allows your content to continue living and continue giving. And so your followers can actually go on the same trip and take inspiration from yours. And so when we talk about storefront, a lot of the times, a lot of our creators are familiar with, like let's say Shop My or LTK, where you can like build your own storefront and say, these are all the products I recommend. These are all my favorite fashion finds or my beauty finds. So that's exactly what we're doing with Globe Thrivers, with our storefronts. You can build your own. You can share your favorite restaurants, your favorite hotels, your favorite trips that you've been on, lists of your favorite spots. Like on my profile, I have my favorite bakeries in Miami, my favorite barbecue spots, my favorite matcha spots. Like you can really be creative with the content that you're creating. And then you can add the link of your storefront to your bio. And I'll show you examples of how that works as well. Any questions so far? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
How to
So,
create. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
so I had a question. So you're saying that essentially you upload, or is it just that you link to your content and then the AI will constantly be uploading, pulling from your feed, or do you have to kind of upload the content every time?
Right now, you have to upload the content unless, Instagram wants to be very generous with their platform.
I'm
But
guessing
I'll show
that's
you
not
how
the
it
case.
works.
Yeah.
You'll have to upload
Okay.
it for now.
Thank you.
Of
We
course.
have two more questions. What kind of assets can you upload? Pictures, videos, what else?
Okay, so you can upload pictures, you could upload recommendations, places, content, videos, not yet. It's on our roadmap, but not yet. For now, it's just pictures and the actual content and the recommendations.
And another question that we have is, would you say Turn, TERN, is Globe Thrivers' competitor?
No, we really position ourselves as the social commerce layer for travel and experiences. So we consider ourselves like the Shop My for travel. That's kind of how we position ourselves. Turn is a little bit different. I actually have a good friend who works there. And they allow you to run your travel business. So their clients are travel advisors, like travel agents. who like want to manage bookings and streamline the operations for their clients. So they target more the travel agencies and the travel agents. We do have a lot of travel agents and advisors on our platform, but we treat them as creators. So for us, like we target travel creators, whether that's influencers or travel advisors to build storefronts and kind of grow their business and show their expertise. But we're not building the entire like travel agency booking infrastructure and client management system that Turn does. So cater to different audiences and different pain points.
Mm. We also have Mary who raised her hand to ask a question. Go ahead.
Yes. Hi, Shir. So my first question is, would a person buying this have to go through your, like, let's say they want to buy an experience or book a trip through some content that we shared, let's say on Instagram or something like that. Do they have to then use a link to go through your app to purchase? Or if they just use a link, how long does, like, let's say the cookie last for somebody to book through a link, for example?
It's a good question. So basically, the way that we've been doing it is right now we started with just hotels, and I'm going to show you guys that. So right now, as a platform, you can recommend anything. You could recommend restaurants, experiences, hotels, but right now you can only monetize on hotels. So
Okay.
we've just embedded over 1.5 million hotels onto the platform that you can monetize from.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll show you how that works when we do the demo, but basically they would have to like book it on the platform. Our goal for 2026 is to actually expand all of our supply, and actually allow you to recommend anything and make money off anything. But we started with hotels because that's the highest profit margin right now for you guys
Mm-hmm.
too.
Right.
And also it was just like the most efficient way for us as a really small team to like embed a big supply right off the bat.
Mm.
So right now it's just hotels, but hopefully it'll be everything and hopefully it'll be anywhere. And we don't really have a cookie system because everything's end to end on our platform. So like the second, like for example, if your follower came in from your post and then signed up and started building their own trip, even if they booked it in like 4 months from now, you're still making commission on it because we tagged in our system that that person came from you and
Okay.
they like came from that trip and then they booked the recommendations that you gave. And
Mm-hmm.
we have that in our system because it's our system end to end. So like you'll make money on it even if it's like in 4 months from now.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Hmm. Great questions. Thanks, guys. Is there another one?
There was another one, but I was able to find the answer. But if you want to answer it too, how different is Glove Drivers from AI?
Yeah, it's a good question. So we again like really double down on social commerce layer for travel and experiences. Like that is what we're building. Mindtrip actually caters to a lot of different customers. I know the CEO and the team there as well. And so I would say that Mindtrip is more of like a as if ChatGPT was embedded with maps and booking infrastructure, like that's kind of like they're more of like a chatbot interface. So if you like logged in, you can talk to the chatbot, you can ask questions. And I think they did acquire a company that had creator content that they embedded on the platform, if I'm not mistaken. But it's not the core of their business. It's not like the core of their business is not creators, social commerce layer, like social media integrations, like that. It's not the core of what they're doing. They're also actually working with a lot of businesses to embed the chatbot on their websites. So they're a really great company, and I think that they're very innovative, and I love what they do. But just we have different missions as a brand, and our mission is to help all creators monetize on their travel recommendations.
Mhm. So someone is asking, so it is like affiliate links to hotels, like equal to an Amazon storefront, maybe more visuals.
Yeah,
So
okay,
our
we'll do a demo. I think a demo will kind of like make it easy for everyone, and then we'll go back to the presentation.
perfect.
Okay, so we'll walk through a few examples. So this is one of the creators on our platform. Her name is Bruna, and she's the lifestyle creator, and she always posts travel recommendations. She's always traveling, and she always links restaurants, hotels, her lists, her trips, her favorite spots in her Instagram story. And in her bio, she always has her GT profile. So you can see she has a bunch of links, but then she also has her profile for Globe Thrivers here. So if you go ahead and click on that, it takes you to her profile on Globe Thrivers. So this is actually her profile. So you could see here you have her profile picture, you have a bunch of like stats on her account. You could see a map of the world with all of her recommendations all around the world as well. And then you can kind of scroll and you can see all of her pinned content, all the trips that she recommends, all the lists that she has. So you could really kind of dive into like all of her content if you really wanted to, or you can also like search for specific places if you're looking for that. But let's say I'm like looking at trips and I see that she has the perfect St. Moritz itinerary. So I go ahead and click on that. And here you could see the full itinerary. So on the right-hand side, you have a map, and you can see on the map all the spots that you recommended in the itinerary, and each day is colored in a different color. And then on the left-hand side, you can see the name of her itinerary. You can see like some information here for it. And then you can scroll down and you can see my perfect St. Moritz itinerary. Day one, this is what I recommend. Day two, this is what I recommend. And you can go one by one. So let's say hypothetically you're like, oh, cool, I want to save this because I want to go to this place, or I want to go to this place on my next trip. You can click save. So your followers would basically start saving your content. And they can either just save it or you can actually save it to a specific list or trip. So you could be like, oh, I want to save it to a trip that I'm actually going on to this place. Or you could build your own list and be like, oh, I'm going to St. Moritz in summer 2026. And then for your followers, they can start like generating their own content and you can start actually like building their own content from yours and they can continuously add and keep adding it to their recommendations from your content. And then also they can go ahead and save if they want to be like, oh, I've been here. I love this place. And then they can contribute to the community and be like, oh my God, best tiramisu. I don't know. Right. And then they can go ahead and like add their feedback. And for you as a creator, we tally up all that engagement. So like, for example, if I wanted to save Bruna's itinerary, I can save it and I can, and you see it tracks like, oh, this itinerary got one save. And I save it to my profile, but Bruna can start tracking this engagement. And if someone looks at this hotel and clicks on it, they can not only see some information on it, the rating on Google, they can go to the website, but this is where they can actually go ahead and book. And this is where you could see what other lists the hotel was featured in. So if I go ahead and click on book, it takes me to the booking site, and this is like where they would go ahead and book straight on our site. And this is really like where the transaction happens. So straight here, they would go ahead, you would check out here. I guess it's sold out on those days. And then you can go ahead and check out. So like, let's say we pick this hotel. We can go ahead, see the room, choose room, and then check out. And this is pretty much how we connect the entire flow end to end from the inspo to the booking. And all the engagement is trackable, the links, the liking, the sharing. Someone can start this trip, they could share your trip. So for example, if I click start this trip, someone can remix the entire itinerary and literally duplicate it. And we can tell you how many people remixed your trip, which basically means they copied your itinerary. And they can also book with an advisor. And that means we connect them with the travel agent, and then the travel agent will plan and book the entire trip on the platform. And still, as a creator, you still make money off that, whether they book straight on the platform or if they book with the travel advisor, because we track both anyways. So it's very actionable. It's really turning your content into a actionable trip that your followers can use and not just copy and paste into notes or in spreadsheets or wherever it may be. There's a lot more I want to show, but I'll pause here because I'm sure you guys have some questions before I continue.
Yes, someone asked a question. This is pretty cool. What is the percentage of the commission that the creators make from the bookings?
So we use AI to kind of be a bit competitive in terms of pricing because we want to increase conversion rates so that your followers actually book on our platform. So we earn anywhere up to 10% commission on the hotel booking. And whatever we make as a platform, whether that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we split half half with the creator. So whatever we make as a platform, we split with the creator in half.
And Robin has a question. You can unmute yourself.
Yes. So how much work does it take to get all of your info up on this? Because it looks like she's got a lot of stuff on there, which is great, but I'm just wondering, like, how much work is it to get all of the information up there? And then how much is the creator, what is the creator doing to try and drive people to Global Thrivers?
Okay, great question. So let's go through a flow as if I'm going to create content. So you see here, there's a create button at the top. So you can go ahead and click create. And then you have the ability to either create a list, create a trip, or import from social, depending on how you want to create your content. So let's say I wanted to import from social. So let's say I'm planning a trip to New York, New York trip, and I put some tags, and then I'm done. So I just created my first trip. This is the trip, and you can add places, and I'm gonna add from social. So I'm gonna go ahead into a Instagram page. So like this is one of the Instagram travel accounts that I really like. He basically interviews people on the street and then he takes all their recommendations and he asks them what their favorite spots are in that city and then he just writes it in the caption. So right here you can go and click on this reel and you can see this guy's interviewing this famous guy and then here you have all of his recommendations in the caption. So there are a few ways that you could do this. If you are on our app, then you can just like literally share it straight to our app and then it'll pull from it and create the content. But if you're on web, you just copy the link, you go back, you paste it, and our AI will extract all the locations that were mentioned. So right now I'm gonna be like, okay, I want to mention New York, I want to mention this place, 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 add. And then it goes ahead and just adds all the spots straight to your list and it maps it out for you. And then that's pretty much it. You can either post it this way if you want, or you could just quickly write some stuff in the notes, be like, best matcha, I don't know, right? And then you go ahead and just like start adding all your recs. And that's pretty much it. You can also add notes like my favorite spots in NYC. And then you go ahead and post it, and that's it. Really quick. And another thing, while we're at it, you can add in a variety of different ways. So here we have add, the add button. So you can add from your saved. So a lot of people like have saved lists like on their profile. So me, for example, I'm like big on wish lists. So I love to just like have a bunch of saved wish lists that like I'm always pulling from. So like if I had like a bunch of trips or lists for New York, I can like pull from here and then I can like add it. So like here's my New York City wish list. And I can be like, okay, I want to go to this place. I want to go to this place. I want to go to this place. And that's why it's so great to like save things because then like when you're actually building, you can just pull from it and then have it add straight to your trip. But you can also, we have a copy and paste feature here. So a lot of our creators like to use this, especially the creators that have blogs or that have like Word documents of a lot of content or like a bunch of lists on their notes app because you can copy and paste everything in here and our AI will do the same thing. So if I went ahead and like was typing in a bunch of spots like Lil Frankie's, um, artichoke pizza. I don't know. I'm gonna try to type in like a bunch of like random spots. Maman Cafe, right? The AI will then scrape. You can even post like 50 spots. If you have like a whole list, it'll pull everything from there as well. And you can copy and paste. Yeah, go ahead, Robin.
So I noticed, okay, so you're logged in as, I don't know, XYZ person, but you pulled in social media from a different account. So so let's say, Jane Doe comes in and books off XYZ's person's trip. Who gets the credit? The creator who created the content or XYZ person who uploaded that content and that
So
recommendation?
hypothetically, I imported that person's content and then I
Mhm.
book right now. Is that what you're asking? Oh, wait, you're on mute.
I thought I was unmuting myself. Sorry.
It's okay.
Um, so yeah, exactly. Like you are a user on this platform. You've made a trip, right?
Yeah.
And you decide to book, but you imported, you know, Joe Schmo's content.
Yeah.
Does Joe Schmo get like if Joe Schmo was not on doesn't have an account on Global
Yeah.
Thrivers, do they get any credit or no? Like how
No,
does
because
that
they don't have
work?
an account and they weren't promoting it.
Okay.
So that's why it's really like that's why we always reach out to creators and we're like, hey, like
Yeah.
people are importing your content. Hey, like people are using it. Like you should sign up for the platform. You're like leaving money on the table, right? Like it's your responsibility as
Okay.
a creator to like set up the account and like promote it and share your content. Um,
So if now let's say Joe Schmo has an account, but you as a user import it from Joe Schmo's account, from Joe Schmo's social media, and
mhm.
then you decide to book, but it wasn't Joe Schmo who uploaded his content into it. It was you uploading his content. Like
Sure.
again,
That's a good point.
credit. Yeah,
No,
sorry.
so the person that so no, it's a good question. Attribution works the same way as other social commerce platforms work.
Okay,
Whereas you need to have the content on your profile and inspire that person to book, period.
got it.
Because
Okay.
if you're not driving traffic
Yeah.
to it, then you're not really like it's not you're not really doing the work to get the people onto the platform. But if
Yeah.
someone random from our platform, we have a lot of people that sign up every day randomly and organically, and people that come in that don't even know who you are, but they end up on your profile and they book, even though you didn't bring them, you still make money on it because they actually were inspired from your content on the platform.
Got it. So they have to be inspired by the content that is on your platform that we've in order. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I was just trying to understand
No, it
better.
makes sense. And that's why we have the share button here. And then when you like post it and then you share, you basically like that creates a trackable link. And then we track everything. We track not only the number of people that you brought from that link, but we also track the number of people that signed up from that link, number of people that are engaging from that link. So we are tracking the engagement and then anyone that ends up on your profile. So it's a good question. We are working on different tools to actually like embed the video on here and then like tag the creator on the platform that's connected to that account. But that requires a lot more infrastructure work that we just haven't built out yet. But we are working on more ways to kind of like bridge the gap in the transparency for that problem because it is like a fragmented market and we're trying to connect it as much as we can.
Someone asked a question. Does it extract the locations from the captions only?
Yes, right now it's tracking just from the captions only, and we're working on different AI models and methods to be able to take it from the video, but it's a different kind of AI model because like there's generative AI that pulls from text, like text to text, and then there's like visual AI that pulls from images and other things. So we've just like again, we're it's on our roadmap. Any other questions? Okay. So a few more things I want to show you. This is great for you as a creator that like, let's say you want to build a full trip and you don't necessarily like, let's say you wanted to build a trip for like a few days and you only had Rex for 2 days, or if you're going on a trip yourself and you want us to help you plan it. So you can add, let's say 2 days and you wanted to like build a full 3 day trip. We do have an AI tool that we've built that is trained on the data on the platform. So it allows you to actually fill in your day. So you could be like, okay, going to New York with my toddler and husband, and we like good food and museums. And so our like AI will essentially help you fill in the day and map it out and help you build out your itinerary. And again, like as creators, you can recommend places that you like haven't always been to. It's fine. Like it really depends on your audience and what kind of things that you promote. I mean, most of the creators do recommend places they've actually been to, but if you're trying to like fill in days and like give other suggestions of other things that people can do in between different gaps, then this can actually help you do that. And then you can see here, like when we recommend different places, you could see kind of like what we recommended and who else recommended it in the platform. So like it recommended Bond Street, and you can see 5 different people on the platform recommended Bond Street, and that's why it appeared, for example. Um, so that's another really cool tool to help you like build out your content and build out your trip. And then someone asked about photos before. There's a little camera icon here, and you can just click on that, and then you can upload any photo you want. And you can upload all your pictures, and then you can also upload a picture for the cover photo. If you want to upload a cover photo to your own picture, you can do that as well. And something to note, all of your lists and posts save as private. And if you want them to be public, then you could just click post. But if you're still working on it or it's not ready, then you can just leave it as is. It automatically saves to your profile anyways, and then you can post it when you're ready. Any questions?
Someone asked, where do you get those pictures? Are they supposed to be all yours or do you grab them from like a third-party platform?
All these photos are pulled from Google. We work with Google Maps on all of our map capabilities and pins are coming from Google. So it pulls the photos from there. But if you upload your own image, it overrides it. So for example, I mean, I can find something to post. If I have any random image. All right, me and my engineering advisor, Masa, going ahead and uploading him. and it, oh, did we explore a bug? Let's try again. I did it yesterday and it worked. Huh. Okay. I need to check out why that did not work. Usually it just automatically populates, but maybe there's a little bit of an issue today. Anyways, I'm gonna look into that, but you can upload pictures and then it'll replace the photo there. Same with the cover photo. So if I go ahead and upload one here, it should do the same thing. So I'm gonna try again with the cover photo and it goes ahead and uploads and then it should replace it. But I'm seeing that there's a bit of an issue here. So I'm gonna message our CTO about this. So sorry about that. Okay, so that's regarding import inspo and also adding content from your saved, from social media, general, adding one by one, copy and paste with AI. So there's a variety of ways that you can import content and create content, and we are always working on different tools to make your life easier to do that. Um, we talked a bit about profile. So this is like profile. So this is my profile, for example, and you can see here, this is everything in the world. So like all my recs all around the world. Clearly, I post a lot. I have over 1,000 recommendations. So you can kind of like see your whole world, which is really cool. And your followers can kind of like see what you recommend and they can like type in different places and like see it on a map or see it here in the post. So like anyone can see all my trips that I've been on. Like this is my 1 week in Tokyo. This was my whole honeymoon. You can see literally my full itinerary and everything I did on my honeymoon and see everything one by one and all my notes from it. And really like go through that full experience. This is like a photos that I uploaded, by the way, just so you can see that. And then here you could see all of your data. So as creators, you could see all your data on your storefront. And we're working on dashboards actually as well, but for now you can see that all here. So if like you want to see like how many shares your content has, you can go ahead and click on that. And then we show you all of the different content that was shared. So for example, I shared this hotel. I shared my Amsterdam Rex list, and then Rachel shared my Amsterdam list, and that generated 24 views. And you can kind of like see it one by one. Like same with like my profile was shared, and 93 people viewed it from there. So it really shows you like the number of times, like a number of views you or visits you got from each piece of content that was shared from your content, whether it was you who shared it or someone else. And then same with saves. You could see like how much of your content was saved, what was saved, who saved it. So my favorite Miami restaurants, I could see these 5 people saved my favorite Miami restaurants, right? So you can really like see the data behind all your content and what's being recommended, what's being remixed, what's being shared. And we're working on bigger dashboards to kind of see all the analytics out. And again, it's really good for brands. We talk to a lot of hospitality and travel brands that want to partner with creators and just get more data on in terms of like how the content is performing. And this is a really great way to show them high intent data from travel content. Any questions?
Mary, you have a question?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to ask. So you kind of answered this in what you just last said, no, about you get the credit no matter who shares your list. But let's say I share my list to my followers and somebody clicks on my list and then they're looking to through the itinerary, and I think in one of the screens you showed like maybe 5 people had shared the same place, Bond Street. Let's say somebody that I brought that came through my link decides to book a hotel that they saw from somebody else's list. Who gets the credit then?
It's a good question. So you're saying that they would come in from your link and then they would go
Hmm.
to another creator's account and then book whatever that creator
Right.
recommended.
Hmm.
In that scenario, I mean, it would be the creator that inspired that booking. So, like, if they went to another creator and that creator inspired that booking, that creator would make the commission from it because it was their content.
Hmm.
Um, but we're still working in different ways, actually. We're actually building different attribution funnels to understand um, how often something like that would happen. Because right now, that's never
Okay.
happened before.
Oh,
So,
okay, okay,
so
okay.
like we've never seen it. If that does happen in the future, like in the future,
Hmm.
then we'll kind of we'll like track to understand how something like that happens,
Hmm.
and then see and try to figure out what can be done about it. We really try to align with kind of what like Amazon does with their storefronts and what ShopMy
Uh-huh.
does and what LTK does. Like, because at the end of the day, like even if you go to like ShopMy's website and you want to like, let's say you go on Sophia Richie's storefront and then you click on a clothing item from here, for example. And then I go ahead and I buy it. I'm sure that she gets commission, but then if I scroll down and I want to see what other people recommended and I go to this person's and then I go
Right.
here and I buy this, like I'm sure Sophia Richie's not getting commission on that.
Right.
So that's why, by the way, a lot of social commerce platforms really just focus on creators for go-to-market, and then we focus on the creators to share their links
Mm,
because for the most part, if they come in from your link, it's your trusted audience that's going to book your recs, not someone else that they don't know.
right.
The consumer side is less of where the distribution comes from. Um, we kind of mimic a lot of what companies like this have done, and they've all surpassed $1 billion valuations. So they're doing something right. So we kind of like try to pay attention to see what's industry standard, and we're obviously going to grow, and nothing will stay the same. I mean, we have to evolve as the industry evolves, and so as we grow, if we see situations like that happening, then we'll definitely address them.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, good question. And you can also recommend like you mentioned, like a restaurant or a hotel. You could recommend like one-off places. Like you don't have to recommend like a full list or trip if you don't want to. And I think I've done that a couple of times before. If I like um maybe I just like will click on a specific place in Miami. So I mean clearly I have a million here, but let's say I'm recommending this cafe in Miami. I can share just this cafe if I wanted to. And then if you share this link on your blog or on your YouTube channel or on your Instagram story, it'll just pop up the place over your profile. And then they can decide if they wanted to book it or save it or like it or do whatever. So
Mm,
you don't have to share just lists and trips.
okay.
I'm trying to find like a hotel example that has the book. Oh, here, this one has a book button. Here. So it's if you wanted to share like, oh no, that's not a hotel either. That's fine. Maybe this. Okay, here. So if I wanted to recommend Fountain Las Vegas, I could just share the Fountain Las Vegas hotel and just tell people like this is where I'm at this weekend and then just link the hotel and then people will land on this and they can decide to save it or heart it or book it. And then if they save it and then book it 2 months later, you still make commission because they saved it from your links.
I have a question. So the
Yeah.
things that you can earn commission on are then mostly hotels um, and maybe like experiences. But like if it's a restaurant, you're not necessarily gonna get commission for that. Or if it's just like a recommendation, take a picture here. This spot is really good.
Yeah, it's a good question. Right now, we only allow bookable hotels, because not allow, it's like the only thing we were able to do as a platform. So we embedded over 1 million hotels on the platform that you can monetize from rather than having to go to each hotel one by one and, you know, doing a partnership with them. Like you can recommend any hotel in the world that you want. We have creators that build like lists of hotels that they recommend. Like these are my favorite hotels in New York, and then they just post it, and then people can book any hotel on that list, for example. So right now we started with just hotels. We're a small startup. Me and my CTO are both full time, and we have like maybe like two part-time people, but like we're a very small team that's building a very big platform. We're taking inspiration from companies that have hundreds of employees. So like we're doing, we had to kind of like go in baby steps. So we started with hotels first, and then our next step is experiences, tours, events. So we want to add all those bookable to the platform. We'll probably partner with some of the bigger platforms, and then just we'll send you straight there, and then your followers can book. And then after that, we're gonna add restaurants. We want to add everything. We want every experience to be bookable. But we have to grow slowly but surely to get to that point. But right now we started with hotels.
Another question is the people who go on Glove Drivers directly, is it a search platform as well? How do people find your stuff? Or through keywords?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Actually, because our platform's AI native, we're actually and we have a lot of user-generated content. We're actually working in ways that we will just appear in search results, also in ChatGPT and Claude, and our goal is to appear everywhere. And because like we have a very big website with a lot of content and authentic content, um, we always work on different organic traffic methods that will bring people to the platform and hopefully book through our creators as well. So, for example, if someone comes onto Globe Drivers from Instagram, from social media, from an event, or from typing in best spots in Paris and ChatGPT and then seeing a list or an itinerary that someone recommended, they'll end up usually like around our homepage or on the trip that they were looking for. And this is our homepage for users, so they can either like type in and search what they're looking for, or they can explore by creator. So you can see here we feature a lot of our creators on the homepage, and then they can also click see all creators, and you guys can like explore and kind of see a lot of our creators on the platform and explore by creator if you want to look for a specific person. You can explore by destination. So if you're like, oh, I know I'm going to Spain, I want to go to Spain this summer, and I can click on Spain, and then you can see Spain on a map, all the recommendations we have in Spain, all the different itineraries in Spain, all the lists in Spain, right? And it's surfacing your content. So I always say to creators, the more you post, the more you're going to appear on the platform because someone is bound to land on your content because they're searching on Globe Drivers. So like if you had content for Spain, you would appear here. Um, Hotels, so you could see a bunch of hotels that are on the platform in Spain. So these are all hotels people recommended. And then you can see who else recommended it. So from a consumer experience, it's nice because you can kind of like do all your research and you can like look for your trip. You can start planning your own trip. You can explore by destination. You can explore by creator. You can explore by travel style if like you don't really know where you want to go, but you want a luxury trip. We have a lot of travel agents on the platform, like I told you. So like, for example, Isa is one of our travel advisors. She lives in Mexico and she has great content and she's booked a few trips actually on our platform. And so we added a book with me button here. So if you fill this out, then she gets booking requests. The users also have like a nice experience to kind of explore creator content and still book like through creators that they might have not known before as well.
Someone had a question now that you mentioned the connecting people to travel advisors. Julissa says, I'm one as well. Could I be both a creator and the advisor they get connected to?
All of our advisors are creators. So we actually have like a creator like group chat, which I'm happy to add you guys to as well if you guys would like to be in it. I'm going to share the link afterwards. We have a WhatsApp group with all of our like most engaged creators, and we also add our most engaged advisors to it. On our back end, creators and advisors are the same thing. The only difference is that advisors can generate leads and get leads from the platform. That's it. So create advisors can still monetize on travel recommendations the same way creators are. Our motto at the company is that travel advisors are OG content creators
Mm,
for travel.
beautiful. We have another question and then we have a hand raised as well.
Okay.
So when you direct people to Drivers, they need to sign up for an account first in order to book?
Yes, for now, yes. In the future, our vision is for that to change. But again, we need to build the infrastructure for that because
Okay,
otherwise we can't track it. That's how we track everything for you guys.
got it. And Natalie, you have a raise your hand. Go ahead and mute yourself.
Got it, got it. Hi, thanks for answering the questions. So I have two. You can hear me correctly?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, great. So you're showing us like one of the women, there's like a book now thing. So is that a separate? I just want to see how that works. So she would be an advisor,
Yeah, she's
right?
a travel advisor and it's a type form and then we send her the leads once someone fills it out.
Okay, so how? I'm trying to understand, like, on your platform, when someone says book with me, where does it take you? Like, they fill out, what do they fill out?
They fill out a form asking the consumer, like asking the customer about their trip. Where are you going? How many people are you? When do you want to go? What do you need help with? Do you need the advisor to just book your hotels to help you tell you what hotels to stay at? Do you want her to plan your whole itinerary for you? Our only agreement with the advisor is that they have to build the entire trip on our platform. Like the itinerary needs to be built on the platform and then they can share it with the customer. And then we as the platform take a percentage on the booking as well.
And how much is the percentage?
It's 20% platform fee.
Okay. And Thanks for answering that.
Yeah, of course.
And how do they get in contact with the person? They just send through email, or is it
Yeah,
directly through the
very
platform?
literally we tell advisors because like again, like we don't have that whole infrastructure built out. So we tell advisors we'll connect you via email and then you take it from there and you coordinate the bookings the way you always do. You book it the same way you always do, just you need to build the itinerary in our platform.
Okay, writing that down. And then you said right now is the focus on hotels. When they want to book a hotel, it goes directly to, I didn't know if I catch that in the very beginning, but it
Uh-huh.
books you directly to a third party. Is it through Expedia, or would it be through, or is it different third
Oh
party?
no, it's on our platform, the booking here. So like if we click on this hotel, like it takes you to booking on our platform. Um, oh yeah, here.
And they just, so it'll look like that for all of the, when people want to book hotels.
Yeah.
Either way. Okay, and then they choose the room, and then they make the payment through Globe's Thrivers.
Mm-hmm. Right here.
Okay,
Here's the credit card
okay,
information, and then you complete your
okay,
booking.
okay. And so that's you guys have partnered with those specific hotels, right? That's why you guys are
We
able
have
to do
almost
that?
we have almost every hotel in the world. We should.
Okay, okay, great. Thanks for that clarification.
Of course.
We have another question. Is the form that people filled out for the to work with the advisors, is it customizable?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Because some of our advisors will plan free of charge if the hotels are booked with them. Some won't. Some will charge anyways. Some have minimums. So we always cater to the advisor. We actually don't open up that feature to everyone. We have a wait list of a lot of advisors right now who want this book with me button. It's just because we don't automate it. We select the ones that we trust and we have relationships with. So like if any of you are advisors, like I'm obviously because we're partnering with this community, we would love to grant you that feature and I'm happy to talk to you about it separately.
Sounds great. So the steps will be connect with me and connect with you, become first a creator, start creating your trips and request to have a book with me. But and
Well,
we will consider based on like how you're working with the platform.
yeah, you just when you sign up, if you're an advisor, like when you sign up, it asks you like, are you a creator? Are you an advisor? Are you a traveler?
Okay.
So just select the role that you are when you sign up, create your account, start
Mm-hmm.
creating content. If you're an advisor, I'll reach out to you directly and we can talk.
Beautiful.
Hmm? Any other questions? These are great questions, guys. Thank you so much for being so engaged.
If customers want to get in contact with hotels, is it through the advisor, through Glove Traders, or through the hotel? If questions arise.
If someone books a hotel on our platform,
Mm-hmm.
we have a 24/7 support. So they'll just email the support and we'll figure it out if they have any questions or anything regarding their booking.
Mm-hmm.
And if something goes wrong for, let's say somebody that booked a hotel stay through one of our profiles, because most people will, they usually stick to booking or Expedia because
Mhm.
of, previous reputable,
Yeah.
uh, uh, you know, if something goes wrong during their stay, how easy is it for them to get customer service or something like that if they have an issue during their stay?
Very easy. We have an email bookings@globedivers.com and it's 24/7. Someone will help you right away. We actually have a partner that we work with in the hospitality side. So
Perfect.
we haven't had any issues so far, thank God. But if there are, that's who you talk to.
Okay, perfect.
And eventually our goal is to allow anyone to book anywhere. But we need to build the infrastructure so that creators can actually monetize it. And the best way for us to do that right now is to have everything on our platform. But as we grow and as we raise our, fundraising round and we build our team and we expand and we scale, then we'll be able to, make it even with bigger access and anyone can book and anyone can come in. So it obviously takes a little bit of time. We like just launched the public beta like a few months ago. Any other questions?
What is the current number of users that have or creators that are currently on your app?
We are almost at 200 creators.
Okay. So this would be early adoption for us.
Yeah, all of you guys are early adopters. And then we have a WhatsApp group of all of our like most engaged creators. And then we have a meeting once a month called our Board of Creators. And it's like all of our most engaged creators. Our CTO, our Chief Technology Officer, joins that meeting. And we give you guys product updates, company updates, and then you can talk to our CTO directly and give him feedback like what you like, what you don't like, what features are not working, what features you wish you had. So you actually like help us shape the product as well. So, of course, because we're partnering with you guys, I'm opening that offer to all of you. So if any of you are interested in being part of our board of creators and our WhatsApp group, I'm happy to include you. It's only about 20 creators that are in that.
And I joined a few minutes late. Unfortunately, I got caught
All
up in
good.
another meeting. But is this a free app for us as creators to join?
Yes.
Okay.
And we talked about most of this, but how creators earn 50% of whatever
Yeah.
the platform earns, that's the commissions. So for example, if someone books a $2,000 hotel booking, the commission's $200, you will earn $100.
Yeah. That I did catch.
Awesome. Okay, great.
Thank
And
you.
I always like to emphasize it though because creators are so used to creator storefronts for retail where like you have to sell 50 mascaras to make even I don't know $50, whereas
Hmm.
like it's such a much higher average order value for travel and experiences that your opportunity to make more money is a lot greater because one booking could be over $100. Um, and so we always like to reiterate that. We are already working with creators like you. 170 was when I last did it, but I think we did get close to 200 today, but I have to double check. We get thousands of visits on the site every month because of all the traffic creators are driving. A lot of our creators will, share the links on their Instagram stories. They'll put it in their blogs on their website. They'll add it to their Substack. We have some Substack writers that like write their newsletters. And then I told them like every time you mention a hotel, a restaurant, a place, a list, always link it with GT links because it's all trackable. So we really tell you like wherever you mention anything related to travel, just add your link. And that's kind of how we generate a lot of traffic. And then our team as a platform, we always try to promote your traffic. So like sometimes we go on Reddit and if we like see that people are asking questions about a specific place and we saw that a creator posted about that place, we'll share your link to your itinerary and be like, hey, like check out this itinerary, right? So we're always looking for different ways that'll like promote you guys. And of course, same with like queryable results, like in Google, if someone's like typing in or in ChatGPT, like going to Paris, where should I go? Be like, oh, like there are these two itineraries on Globe Thrivers from these creators, go check it out. So we're always trying to drive organic traffic to your content in general. But when a creator does share their links, either on their stories or directly with their followers in newsletters, there's a pretty high conversion rate in terms of people that are actually clicking and then signing up. So I always recommend the more you share, the more visibility you're gaining to your content.
I have a question because you
Yeah.
mentioned you have a group with like the creators that are like the more highest performing and things like that. How can creators build trust and community without feeling like they're overly salesy? Like, oh, come here, come here.
No, it's a good question. At the end of the day, I used to be a travel creator. I didn't talk about it, but I started off as a travel influencer. In 2015, I had a travel blog on WordPress, and then my friend and I actually built a lifestyle blog off of that, and we ran that blog for 3 years on YouTube and Instagram. And I partnered with hotels, and I did YouTube videos for brands, and I really like I was early days in that space, and then I got into AI and I started working in AI in 2017 and I built my career working at AI companies. And so I stopped blogging, but I told myself that when I learned how to build a startup and I learned enough about AI, I was going to go and solve that problem. And that's why I'm building this company today. And so as someone that like still shares content, I still share my content today on social media. Like I'm always sharing my recommendations and I get a lot of engagement and a lot of questions. And it's just even for me as someone with like only 5,000 followers on Instagram, I don't have to rewrite my recommendations and my lists and my itineraries. When someone asks me like, "Hey, like I need your, I remember that you went to Japan 2 years ago. Can I have your itinerary?" Or I know you went to like Lima last year, Peru. I'm going with my family. I literally go into my profile, I share the link, and I send it to them. I don't have to do anything else. It's just so easy that like it honestly builds a better relationship with my followers because they are so grateful for that content. And like, if I didn't have that link, I probably wouldn't have spent all the time writing the entire itinerary for them. And so it actually makes you build a better relationship with them. And so I always say, like, if there's like a day that you don't have content to post, just be like, hey guys, just throw back to my trip to Japan. Here's my full itinerary. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like this way to like give back to your community a lot of valuable content that they need. So I don't think it's salesy. Like, people do it with shop mine LTK all day. I mean, I follow creators that post links 4 times a day. Like, this is my glasses, this is my hat, this is my favorite shirt, this is my thing, you know? And like, why is no one doing that for travel and experiences? It's the same thing.
That is true. We're so excited. Like we're gonna go jumping straight into the platform.
I can't wait. I'm so happy. Um, Early creators win. So as you guys know, you guys are early adopters to our platform, more content early, more bookings over time. We have our exclusive WhatsApp community I'm happy to add you to. For creators, we have a discount code for hotel bookings. So we will give you the discount code once you sign up. So you can book hotels on the platform and also get a discount. You get direct access to our team, me and our engineering team. So you guys can actually, help grow and improve the platform. And the more you post and being part of our board of creators, you get featured placement on our homepage, that featured list that you saw. So we always rotate that. So if you're part of that, you'll get featured as well. And so let's get your storefront live, sign up, create your account. If you have any questions, I'm here to support. And this is the sign up for the community to join the WhatsApp group. So I'm just gonna share this form. Just got to fill in your information. If you're interested in joining, just fill it out and I will add you to it. Just shared it in the chat.
Perfect, perfect. Anyone has any last minute questions? I know like our time is up, but if you have any more questions before we part ways, this is the time. If not, it's totally fine. You were amazingly engaged throughout the session, and we loved it here. So thank you so much for joining. Let's give a big thank you to our speaker, Shir, for sharing such invaluable information with us. We are all like, Celine already said I signed up, and I'm about to do it as soon as we finish this
Yay.
session too. I hope everyone else does the same thing. We are posting this replay in our YouTube and also in our casita, which we have, where we have all of our replays of all of the sessions that we have. And just in case you didn't know what our casita is, our private membership community, and here we have everything: travelers, creators, industry leaders, and it's just $120 for the entire year. We have incredible events in person, meetups, discounts, community discussions, and an ambassador program as well. So feel free to join us in our casita. And these are the upcoming events. We have a meetup where we're going to be dancing bachata in Bryant Park in New York City. Then we have a spring hike and reflect with Celine, who's actually here from Tu
Yes,
Diario,
can't
New
wait.
York City. We are partnering up to bring you an incredible hike at the Ramapo Valley Reservation. And then we're hosting a session on earning points and miles without credit cards. Because sometimes people don't want to get into credit card stuff, but there are so many different ways of earning points and traveling the world as well. And then we have the first week of June, another Cafecito and community. We host this every other month. And this time is going to be in a beautiful coffee shop called Cooperaco in Harrison, New Jersey, which is like 10 minutes from Newark, where I live. So looking forward to welcoming you into this side of the river. And this is going to be a special cafecito because it's going to be for people who want to travel and want to plan your next trip. We're going to help you plan your next trip. And for people who are creators and want to plan your next batch of content and you want help with that. Or if you want to work on in creating your profile for Glove Drivers, this is your chance. We'll guide you through the process on how to do it. And you can start creating your content there. It's like a co-working space. So make sure you join us for that and make sure you follow us. Oh, thank you. Yes, join us online. That will be great. On Facebook, on Instagram, make sure you're following us and connecting with us. And last but not least, thank you to all the attendees for joining us today. I hope you found this event very informative, this session, and that we were able to ignite your curiosity to continue traveling and sharing your experiences with your community so we can continue traveling the world. So thank you so much,
Thank
Shir,
you.
again, and everyone who joined. Thank you for being here y nos vemos pronto.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everyone. Have a good night.
Gracias.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.